What's up, guys? Welcome to another edition of the Straight Edge Wrestling Podcast, a breaking news edition. Obviously, last night was a bit of a weird one on Raw.
Normally, it was a weird opening.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of stories coming out before Raw aired, not just about Becky Lynch, of course, but about the brand split sort of ending and lots of other bits that are coming out of.
Fucking stupid, ain't it? Brand split ending.
Yeah, so that's the hard reset button that Vince McMahon always goes to when the viewership drops.
When his top person, two top people at the moment can't wrestle in the company.
Yes, pretty much. Yeah, when he loses Roman and now Becky's gone. So of course that's the big news.
Does that mean Becky's going to get deleted from the company? You can't mention
it. Yeah. Well, that's it. She went and got herself knocked up, so that's it. She doesn't exist. So when they re-show the WrestleMania 35 highlights at some point this year, it's just going to somehow be Ronda versus Charlotte.
They just won't be in the main event.
Yeah, that happened mid-card, I'm pretty sure. Of course, the big news was that it sort of started coming out a few hours before Raw went on the air that Becky was going to relinquish the title to Asuka. That they pre-recorded it, that she was going to relinquish the title, but we didn't really know how, why, what, where. And then it sort of leaked that maybe she was pregnant, but there was no verification to it. So I didn't run it because it's not my news to break, that sort of thing. So we waited till Raw aired, and they had Becky come out with the Money in the Bank briefcase. Asuka came out angry at Becky having her briefcase.
You can't really blame her, can you?
Yeah,
it's a briefcase.
I'd like to know how in storyline Becky even got the briefcase from Asuka, but whatever. And Becky said, well, of course, Asuka, you didn't know this, but I asked WWE officials to change the stakes for Money in the Bank. And it wasn't for the contract. It was for the WWE Raw Women's Championship. And she opens it up and the title was inside.
It's good to know a superstar can do that.
Yeah. Just change the entire match. And Asuka then...
Not telling you, that match could have been 10 times better if they knew they were fighting for the Women's Championship.
Yeah, it's true. If it actually had more stakes. So Asuka then grabs the belt and runs around like a lunatic for about a minute whilst Becky's sort of half crying in the ring. So Asuka's running around saying, I'm champion. She runs up the top of the ramp. She jumps on the announce desk and then...
She does a little dance for the announcers.
Yeah, does a little dance and then comes back down to the ring to Becky. And Becky says to Asuka, well, you go and be a warrior because I'm going to go and be a mother. So she gave an interview with People magazine. She said that she'd done a test. She'd done a test early April at WrestleMania time. She done a test then, and it came back negative. And she thought, I have a feeling that I am pregnant. So she went and bought one of the really expensive digital ones, which said she was pregnant. And she realised that
hang on. She just didn't do that in the fact that it's not like she can't afford it.
Yeah. So it turns out, as she said, that she'd actually done the original test wrong. I don't know what she'd done. Like she put it in her ear or something.
She peed on the wrong end.
Yeah, I don't know what she'd done, but she says that she'd done the original test wrong, and that the baby's due in December time. So it's a big hit to WWE. I mean, good for them. Good for Becky and Seth.
I don't know if Seth can handle it, if I'm honest. Did you see him on Raw? He was amazed.
That's the funny thing. They obviously booked his character to be like that after the Drew loss, and then it just sort of coincides with...
It wasn't because of the Drew loss. He just doesn't know what to do because he's about to become a dad.
Yeah, I mean, hey, he's had 6 weeks to gear up with this. It's what he suddenly wouldn't be like that now.
Maybe it's just in reality that it's really true now.
Yeah. Oh shit.
This one.
They had all the baby faces. That made me laugh. It was all the baby faces went and congratulated Becky. No Seth. All the baby faces went to congratulate Becky in the back. Rey Mysterio tried to congratulate Seth and got his eye gouged out as a thank you gift.
That's because he hit him in the rib. That was a blow by Rey Mysterio. He deserved everything he got for that.
Shayna Baszler cut a promo saying that kid is going to suck because we know who the father is. I like that they're leaning into it. I bet Becky's there like, what the hell? The kid's haven't been born yet, and they're already cutting promos on him. Vince McMahon's trying to figure out how he can sign an infant to a contract already.
Well, I like the bit when it cuts backstage to Becky and Vince, and there's no sound.
Yeah.
Why even bother cutting back to that?
Yeah, that was a weird one. I don't know.
You know, you go to a 24, one of those 24/7 sort of TV show things on them.
But yeah, so that was a big thing. Obviously, the thing is, when they recorded Money in the Bank, they didn't know that she was pregnant because they recorded the Money in the Bank match at Titan Tower weeks and weeks ago. So they recorded that with the idea that Asuka would be winning the Money in the Bank contract, not winning the title. Because I'm sure otherwise they would have probably put it on the line there and actually made it known. But so it's weird. What if they'd have given that contract to someone like Dana Brooke? You know, I bet they wouldn't have just been having Becky hand over the belt to a Dana Brooke.
It would have explained why they're doing that stupid invite thing.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, so Raw was a weird one this week. Obviously, I take on the wild card rule is back as well.
Well, no, it's not quite the wild card rule. It's an invite.
Well, but the thing was that
you can send out an invite for a wrestler, and they can.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the thing was that was what the wild card rule was when it was originally announced. If you remember, when Vince announced the wild card rule originally, it was like every week 3 wrestlers would be invited to Raw and 3 wrestlers would be invited to SmackDown, and then it just changed. It lasted about a week, and then
no, it didn't even last that. It lasted about 15 minutes before Raw had about 7 SmackDown wrestlers on.
It did actually, yeah. That first Raw had half of SmackDown's roster on it. Yeah, so it's going to happen again. You know, they're starting next week with Baron Corbin.
They already started. That Baron Corbin was already here this week.
Yeah, but they're starting with matches next week with Baron, and obviously SmackDown's going to have some people, and then it's just probably going to spiral, and you're going to have one big show again, as has always happened when they've done this stuff, which means people get buried.
Pointless. I'm tired. I don't want to see the same people week in, week out doing the same storyline on the same 2 shows.
Yeah, but in better news, the women's division had another shake-up again this week. Is the Iconics were back?
Yeah, love the Iconics.
Yeah,
and they won as well.
They won as well. And the thing about the Iconics was they weren't supposed to be back yet. They were back because of Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss wanted them back because she wanted her and Nikki to face them. Really? So they brought them back. Yeah, that was it. Alexa made it.
For Alexa's punishment, they get beaten.
Yeah. We brought them back. Now you lose. Yeah, she publicly went on and on and on about them wanting them back, and then apparently she bugged backstage about bringing them back. So they brought them back because it's been
a bit risky to do it these time and days when people just get sacked.
I know, yeah, but they've because they've been reporting for months now that the Iconics were off TV basically to be repackaged completely and brought back during the summer, which I'm glad they haven't, because the Iconics didn't need repackaging.
The Iconics are epic.
Yeah, I'm glad that they brought them back, because I laughed the second that they came out. Just the second that they start talking, I laughed. I loved the Iconics.
It's like after they win and they hear Baron Corbin go on about saying that they won, and they're both like that. Go on, say it again. And then just insult him.
They're just so funny. One of the funniest things like I've ever seen was when I think it was Kathy Kelly was trying to interview them in the back, and they're just like, "Did you go to school for journalism?" And Kathy Kelly just can't control herself from laughing so much.
To be honest, some of the best things you can watch is some of those short videos they do going around backstage doing stuff just irritating the locker room.
That was such a weird thing as well. They were so good on WWE.com and on YouTube and stuff, and they didn't bother putting them on the show, and they're so entertaining because they're both of them women are just so funny, naturally funny. Like,
yeah.
And the thing is, it works either way. If you think their voices are annoying and grating, you hate them. Perfect. If you think they're funny, perfect as well. So either you can get both reactions.
I used to watch them on NXT and I couldn't stand them.
Right.
Their voices through it. And then I watched and they weren't quite as entertaining on NXT. And then they come to WWE main roster and I just fell in love with those two. Were just fucking epic.
Yeah, they've been brilliant. But anyway, yeah, we'll be back with a proper full Raw review at the end of the week when we'll review Raw, AEW, SmackDown, and the pay-per-view. But that was just a little chat about essentially about Becky and about the fact that the WWE landscape is going to be changing. Where, as you say, they've lost their two biggest stars essentially.
Does that mean that like Charlotte's probably going to lose the NXT title and be coming back to Raw full time?
Well, who knows? I mean,
because they're gonna kind of need her.
someone.
They're gonna need her to lead sort of Raw a bit at the minute.
Yeah, they're going to need someone. They're going to need they need some sort of big star because they haven't really got any. I mean, they got Seth, but Seth's probably going to be gone at some point for a while.
Although I'll admit, I have been enjoying Raw more with Charlotte not on it.
Yeah, same to be honest. But yeah, I mean, they've got. I mean, Drew's doing very well in his spot, but he's still an unproven entity in front of a crowd and all that.
To be honest, I don't think if Seth was to go, it would be too bad because you got Drew doing his thing. You've also got a small group coming up, becoming a strong core. Yeah, pretty much becoming the core of Raw. So,
but do you know what the problem is? They haven't got that one single person now to point to as their face. Like they had Roman and Becky. That those were the faces of
they may as well give
the company.
They may as well give John Cena a call. It's not like he's doing movies at the moment.
Yeah, give anyone a call. So yeah, they need to move fast because Christ, only a few weeks ago, Vince McMahon was saying that the reason the Raw ratings were down was because they were bringing up all these newbies and didn't have any stars. Well, now they've just lost probably the biggest female star that they've ever built. So that's a big blow. But there we are. Anyway, please like and subscribe to this video here on YouTube. Head on over and follow us on Twitter at SCW_podcast up above. And we will see you this week with another video. We are out.